The opioid crisis is one of the greatest challenges of our time. It touches families, communities, and the nation. To understand it, we need to know what opioids are, how this crisis developed, and why it matters today. To start, opioids are powerful medicines used to relieve moderate to severe pain. They act on specific brain and spinal receptors to block pain signals and can produce intense feelings of relief or pleasure. Prescribed responsibly, they help after surgery or severe injury, but those same brain processes can lead to tolerance, dependence, and for some people, addiction, a chronic brain disorder shaped by biology and a person's environment. Opioid use disorder is a chronic medical condition where a person develops a compulsive drive to use opioids despite them knowing the harmful consequences and risks. Brain chemistry, habit forming, tolerance, and dependence alongside withdrawal symptoms make it a difficult habit to break without professional intervention and treatment. The process usually involves a couple stages: initiation, misuse, dependence, tolerance, and then full addiction. Opioids trigger the brain's reward system, releasing endorphins, and this creates a sense of euphoria and pain relief. Over time, the brain is able to adapt, and this leads to the tolerance and craving effects. During the 1990s and the early 2000s, a rise in opioid prescribing made these drugs widely available and normalized long-term use for many conditions. As prescribing practices changed, some people transitioned to heroin, and later, powerful synthetic opioids such as fentanyl entered the legal supply, creating successive waves of harm. More recently, combinations of opioids with stimulants like methamphetamine and cocaine with fentanyl, heroin, morphine, or other prescription opioids came about. This is referred to as speedballing and can have amplified risks and complicated, unpredictable outcomes. Risk is not distributed equally. Genetics can make some brains more sensitive to opioids or less able to regulate cravings and stress, therefore elevating the overall risk of developing a misuse disorder. Early life adversity or disruptions in brain development can increase vulnerability as well. Prenatal exposure to drugs like alcohol, nicotine, and opioids can elevate risk. In addition, mental health conditions, trauma, and social factors such as poverty, unstable housing, or lack of access to care all raise the chance that opioids use will become a persistent disorder. The crisis is felt everywhere. It strains health systems, affects children and families, and leaves lasting social and economic wounds. In places like Nueces County, recent funding and programs aim to bring treatment and prevention closer to communities from medication assisted therapy to counseling and outreach. Treatment saves lives. Medications for opioid use disorders, when combined with counseling and support, reduce overdose risk and help people recover. Prevention reduces future harm through safer prescribing, clinical screening, and education. Harm reduction, naloxone distribution, syringe services, and outreach meet people where they are and prevents deaths while connecting people to care. The opioid crisis is more than numbers, it's about our fellow people. Learn the signs, support local treatment and harm reduction programs, and speak up for policies that expand access to care. Awareness is the first step. Action must follow for us to build a better future.